Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. This is going to be another quick update of news for today. I did say I was going to get 2 or 3 of these out a week, but last week some issues happened involving internet problems, so we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I got the green screen up, but this is not real. It's not really there. It's a screen. That's not... Oh, look, there's a... That's not a speaker. Come here. I like playing with the green screen effects. It's just fun to mess with things. You should see the kinds of things I could do on the screen. I'm not going to show you right now because that would make a 40-minute video. Sorry about the phone. Yeah, no, I didn't need that. Thanks, though. It's not helpful. All right, news stories. We're going to talk about news stories today. I got several of them for you. As the title probably gave away, states are fighting back against mandatory vaccinations. States fighting back. Go figure. Hey, when have we seen states fight back before? Second Amendment rights, states are fighting back. States are fighting back all over the country against federal government's unconstitutional behavior. We'll leave it at that. Unconstitutional behavior is good. Yeah, I still have this chair, and yeah, the arms are up. And look, I'm going to try to show you. There's the chair all the way up. This is going to be the first time this chair stayed up in like a month. Usually it just sinks straight back down. Okay, now I'm too tall. This isn't... Go back now. It's still squeaky. Not as squeaky as it was because I've greased it some, but it's leaning this way. It should be about right there. And anyway, who cares about the chair? I'm going to make a short video. I'm going to post it here in a day or two. The video is going to be titled "Will Work for Chair," and it's just going to be a tour of the chair. That's it. The duct tape hanging off of this side and everything else that's going wrong with it. Yeah, I just got a news alert. I had to check it just in case you needed to know, but not really. It's just an accident in my local area. All right, getting on to the news. I'm going to try to do the magic video me thingy, if I can remember how to do this thing. So I'm going to move me down here somewhere. Oh, look, I'm little. I'm like a hobbit now. I'm a hobbit in the room. That just looks weird. All right, here we go. News articles. That's not the one I'm starting. Yeah, that is the one I'm starting with. So this is coming from SOTT.net, and you'll have to forgive me because I can't actually see the screen here. I know basically where it is, but my secondary monitor is not functioning currently. Anyway, this is just a quick article. The video for this is on this page. This is SOTT.net newsreel. You can find this really easy if you go to SOTT.net. I do encourage you to do so. It does have real news that has not been laced with propaganda from other people's agendas. Now, obviously, everybody has an agenda, but they seem to be reporting more real news than most. So that's why I stick with them. All right, the effects of government lockdowns to counter the pandemic continue to reverberate across the globe. It's talking about Newsweek. They discussed the sharp rise in non-COVID illnesses as social distancing measures ease and seasonal viral transmission returns with a vengeance. Seasonal viral transmission. Yeah, we are going to be coming up on the flu season again, and a lot of people said that the pandemic would die down over the summer because viruses tend to do that. You see more sicknesses in cooler weather. I don't know the science behind it. I am not a medical professional. It just seems that viruses survive better in cooler weather than they do in hotter weather. That being said, every year you see the flu shots come out near about mid-fall, the beginning of fall. When the weather starts cooling off, they start talking about better get your flu vaccines and all their propaganda BS. But hey, they're saying the same thing about this. But oddly enough, we're seeing an increase in number of cases over the last 2 months. And it's really odd to me that we're seeing this increase in cases with how many people seem to be getting this shot. We're still seeing all these increase in cases. And they're actually putting out propaganda now. And I'm not going to show you this on the screen because they'll probably ban me if I did. But they're putting out propaganda now that says that there's going to be another round of infections, I guess. Another pandemic, but only for people that are not vaccinated. That's what they're saying. So this is just a quick article right here. In apparent response to this and other side effects of lockdowns, governments are responding with increasingly radical control measures. Media reports about food shortages, COVID vaccines becoming mandatory round off another hellish week on the planet. So yeah, this is just stuff I'm looking at here. This is another video that I suggest you watch, and yeah, those are suggestions. But very good talk he's having here. He's talking about dystopia, and you'll have to look more into that. I want to try to keep this video somewhat short. I don't want to go into the things about dystopia. I'm not in the way, am I, down here? No, I'm still down here in the corner. Yeah, whoa, look, my hand, this way? No, this way. There you go. This is so weird. It's weird looking at myself on the green screen. All right. Number one story I have for you today, like I said, states are fighting back. So I found this article a couple of days ago. This comes from theguardian.com. Republican lawmakers push to cast vaccine refusal as a civil rights issue. They are going to take this to civil court as a civil rights issue. They are saying, well, I'll just read it to you what they're saying. Bills in several state houses seek to block employers from demanding the CV-19 immunization shots, even though a few do. They are saying few jobs actually do require it, but a lot of jobs in medical professions, especially nursing homes, hospitals, any of these jobs, they are mandating this. They're telling people, and I've had several reports of this, they're telling people, like nurses, you get the shot or you don't have a job. It's mandatory in this facility. Most companies are not doing that, but I have seen several job applications online through various job application platforms. People are asking the question now on job applications, are you vaccinated? Yes or no? I never clicked it to see if it asks for more information, but I assume it does. If you click it, it probably asks you for more information. I should go back and find that out. But going back to it, state Republican lawmakers across the United States are pushing forward bills that prohibit vaccine mandates in an attempt to give the refusal to have the vaccine the same sort of legal protections as those often surrounding issues of gender, religion, and race. My body, my choice. Doesn't apply if you want a magic shot, right? Because it's not your body or your choice. You just have to take it or you don't have a job. Well, that's what some of these people are saying. And we're going to see this increase. We're going to see more and more of this type of control, that you either do what we say or you don't get what you need. That's what it comes down to when you boil it down to the basic principle of it. Don't take the shot, you don't get to eat. You don't take the shot, you don't go to work. This is what it is. If you don't do what I say, you don't get what you need. That's what our government is telling us. Flat out. So, where was I? Many Republican states are introducing bills that outlaw vaccine mandates within state offices, schools, workplaces. Even though vaccine mandates are not commonplace among employers, they're not common, but they still are happening. They also come as the vaccine rollout in the U.S. has slowed. So the vaccine rollout has slowed. You know why the vaccine rollout has slowed? Because everybody who wants it has already had it, and everybody who doesn't want it, they're just wasting. They're wasting the chemicals that they're pumping into people now. I'm sure these things have an expiration date, and a lot of people are just saying no. Just say no. You remember that there was back in the 90s, there was a anti-drug ad that said just say no. It was DARE, D-A-R-E. I forget what the abbreviation said, but just say no. I have the I will not comply shirt, but now I just got to make a just say no shirt and throw it up on my Teespring. Look for that in the next couple of days. That's definitely happening. That is definitely happening. It's just gonna have the shot, and it's just gonna say just say no. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I'll try to make it look like the old DARE ad. That would be funny. Anyway, where was I? They also come as the vaccine rollout. Yeah, I already read that, especially among unvaccinated. Okay. Here we go. Even though more contagious Delta variant is spreading rapidly, especially among unvaccinated people. I want to just highlight that, especially among unvaccinated people. There are hundreds of reports of the Delta variant spreading among vaccinated people as well. So, they wouldn't put this particular line in here, especially among unvaccinated people, if it wasn't affecting vaccinated people. I'll learn to talk one day. It's early. Anyway. CV-Vax are life-saving medications whose side effects are generally mild. For most people, I mean, generally mild. It depends on your definition of mild. I mean, technically losing complete control of your body and has some uncontrollable muscle spasms would be mild to somebody who died recently. I mean, or just about died. Just saying. Just depends. Mild side effects. Yeah, it's only killing just slightly more than the virus did. Just slightly more. So it's safe. My sarcasm is failing me today, I know. All right. Life-saving medications whose side effects are mild. Independent expert panels have repeatedly found the benefits of vaccinations far outweigh the risk of potential CV-19 infections. More than 185 Americans have received at least one vaccine dose. 185 snowflakes have fallen from the sky. All right, moving on. It's sort of a solution looking for a problem, said that dude. A managing partner at Hush Blackwell, a firm that has been tracking the bills. We're not seeing really any broad sense that employers are requiring vaccines in office settings, in manufacturing settings, and in other places like that, but we are seeing it in medical professions. We are seeing it on airlines. Montana passed a bill in April that banned employers from requiring vaccinations authorized under emergency provisions in order to get employment. Target COVID-19 vaccines. Arizona has pending legislation that would make people exempt from receiving a vaccine if the immunization lacks full approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. So that's a good one right there. Arizona says if the FDA won't approve it, and keep in mind, if you have had this shot or you are on the fence about taking the shot, the FDA has not approved it. It has not been approved by the FDA. The United States Food and Drug Administration said we're not approving this because why? There's not enough research done on this. It's not been thoroughly tested. You cannot test something in a couple of months and tell people that it's going to save billions and millions of lives or whatever. It's not possible. It's false data. So, Arizona, obviously, somebody around that state isn't a moron, and they said, hey, this hasn't been approved by the FDA. So let's just make it a law that if it's not approved by the federal government, then you don't have to take it. Smart move. Good job. South Carolina introduced a Senate bill that prohibits employers from firing, demoting, and suspending employers or employees who are unvaccinated. That's a win for South Carolina. There are several states in here that are, they're basically, if anybody remembers the vaccines before 2020, you could get religious exemptions for your children in schools in most states. I know at least two of them that we have these. You can get these waivers basically so that your kid, under religious or just whatever your beliefs are, I mean they really can't question that your kid doesn't have to take these shots. And they're trying to do this in a lot of states for the new vaccine, for not just children in schools, but everyone, for adults, for me, for you. A lot of people are just saying, look, we don't trust this thing, and they are going to fight back. That's essentially what they're doing. If the federal government won't approve it, we're not going to make you take it. Hey, we have religious exemptions for all these other shots. Why don't we have it for this one? How can an employer, a hospital, medical professional, fire somebody, demote somebody, or suspend somebody for not taking something into their body that they don't want? That is unconstitutional, outright illegal. Anyway, that's going to be enough of my trying to get myself banned in this particular video. I'm sure this one's going to get flagged. I just said too much at some point. I know I did. I always do. So moving on, let's scroll back up. I was reading it. European flooding, death toll over 180 as rescuers dig deeper. I've been looking into this. This is out of Germany. There's over 180 people confirmed. I believe it was confirmed that have deceased from flooding that has happened in Germany due to rainfall. And rainfall is something we've seen a lot here in the eastern United States. As of late, we have flood warnings in my area all around me. All right, so there is a lot of information in there. I'm not going to be able to go over all of it just because this video is already running long, but the death toll from flooding in Western Europe climbed above 180 on Sunday after rescue workers dug deeper into debris left by receding waters. Heavy rain fueled new floods in southeastern Germany and Austria, though not on the scale of last week's devastating onslaught. If anybody was paying attention to the news of last week, it's getting bad. So, just not going into all the details of this, I am going to go over here to this other article because this is what I found to be the most interesting part about this. Is coming out of USA Today, and I forgot to mention that last article, apnews.com, and the one before that's The Guardian. I think I mentioned that. So this is usatoday.com. This was on Google's headline news this morning. Nullis said it was too soon to blame flooding and the preceding heat wave on global warming. But she did say that climate change is already increasing frequency of extreme events. Increasing the frequency of extreme events. And many single events have been shown to be made worse by global warming. Somebody's name, who I'm not going to try to pronounce, blamed climate change for the flooding, calling for greater efforts to combat global warming. Only if we decisively take up the fight against climate change will we be able to limit the extreme weather conditions we are now experiencing. As experts also said climate change could cause similar disasters to become more frequent. I think that's something we have been seeing over the past 3 or 4 years. I really started to notice it in 2019 with all the flooding that wiped out a lot of the crops and caused a food shortage in early 2020. If you think a virus caused it, you are mistaken. If you want to see proof of it, just go back to 2019 on my channel. Look at the videos. All right. Where was I? I'm scrolling up and down because I'm lost here. Yeah. Does climate change cause flash flooding? Yeah, I already read that. Where was I? I was probably up here. Yeah. Aid to flood regions. Images show massive sinkhole. I'm not sure if that's actually showing on the screen very well. Yeah, you can see that. All right. Yeah, I got to check it every now and then. Massive sinkhole. I mean, if you could see that, yeah. What is this? I didn't open this. Go away. I was reading that. I didn't click nothing. Stupid computers. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, just the damage in the region there from flooding. So let's talk a little bit about climate change here. Whether you believe the grand solar minimum, the climate change, or the Bible, no matter what you believe, you can see that it's happening. You can obviously see that it's happening. It's obvious. To me, at least, it's obvious. I'm trying to fix myself here. I got to remember what buttons. I think it's that one. Yeah, there we go. So it's obvious that things are changing. Weather's changing. Climate's changing. We're seeing more hurricanes. They seem to be more frequent. They seem to be, some of them, I wouldn't say they're more powerful, but they are very powerful storms, and we're seeing more of them. They are increasing in frequency. I can't remember exactly what it was last year, but we went well beyond the named storms into more numbers and names. I have to look up the data to get more precise information for you about that. But yeah, we are seeing a lot of increases in extreme weather. Just all over the world, extreme weather events are happening. And this, as preppers, is one thing we need to consider. We should always be prepping for localized SHTF events. Localized SHTF happens more often than any other event in history ever to thousands, if not millions, billions of people. It happens every single day. Every single day somebody is experiencing SHTF. Every single day. More than one person. So how do you know that tomorrow it's not going to happen to you? How do you know that next week you're not going to find yourself in some sort of event, whether it be natural disaster, personal, economic, whatever it is? There's always something happening to someone. There's always an SHTF happening. And this is why we prepare. This is why you need to have your stockpiles ready to go. You should have no less than a 3-month supply of food for every person in your house. Food and water. Food and water. This is why we prepare. All right, this video is running about 20 minutes already. I meant to make it a lot shorter than that, but I just got to rambling as I usually do and playing with screen effects. And yeah, I have no hands. I have hands. I have no hand. Okay, yeah, I could just sit here and mess with the screen all day. No, yeah, we'll just play with. It's really weird because if I move this, things appear behind me. It's like there's a wall back there. Doesn't that look weird? No, that's you can kind of see the Grim Survival thing that's actually hanging behind the green screen. Yeah, that's what's behind it. It's really weird. But hey, I'm having fun playing with it. And yeah, I will get more videos up this week. I do have some images to work on. I have to fix a picture, and then I have to make a t-shirt. Dare to just say no to shots, to needles. I mean, really dare was to keep needles out of your arm, because that's what one of the things they were worried about back when they were doing their war on drugs and all that came out, was people shooting up and smoking things. And so yeah, it kind of fits the bill. Just say no. Just say no. All right, this has been James with Grim Survival. I will be back soon. I will have I'm probably going to do a live stream tonight. This is Sunday. I'm not sure how many hours this video is going to take to go online. It usually takes several as of late. Internet issues. But hey, if you want to help with internet issues, links are in the description. Like I said, this is James with Grim Survival, and I will see you next time.